Hi and welcome back to Normski TV. I'm doing a review. So I say review, I say preview, not review, preview for the Leicester Arsenal game. We're playing tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff away at the Leicester. And listen, you know what? Leicester's not been a brilliant hunting ground for Arsenal. We have not done well there at all in the last few seasons. We lost there 2-0 in the 1920-20 season. 2018-29 season, we lost 3-0. So our record's not good. 27-2018, we lost 3-1. The last time I think we actually won away to Leicester, and I'm going back, was the 2015-16 season where we beat them 5-2. And I'm sure it was that year that Leicester went on to win the league. I'm sure it was. Our record there is not good at all. When you've got the likes of Jamie Vardy, who just loves scoring against us, they have got a good side. They've got a strong side. I know they lost to Slavia Prague, went out 2-0 at home, so they're out of Europe. So, look, going into this game, yeah, they may well feel a little bit down in the tooth, but you just can't take any chances, especially when you're playing teams in the Premier League. It's no given before Leicester coming up in the Premier League. They were a team that were up and down, very much up and down. They're pretty much settled now. They've got some good owners as well. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers being their manager as well. They're sitting currently third in the league. We're going to be playing them, and we're 11th. So you can see, who would have thought that Leicester would be sitting so many points ahead of us? It's just ridiculous right now. I think they're something like 12 or 13 points ahead of us. They're on, actually it could be even more. I think they're on 49 points, and we're on 34. So that's like 15 points. I mean, this is unheard of, man. Do you know what I mean? And there's only one man to blame, mate, and that's Arteta. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, we're going to go there tomorrow. We need a win. But look, I don't see us making any headway into the top four, much more the top six. But listen, we're coming off a brilliant win, albeit in the last minute against the team, Benfica. And, it's kind of a moral boosting victory. So hopefully, we can take that confidence to Leicester, and try and see if we can get something from it. In terms of who is likely to start the game, let's look here. I'm just going to find who I'd like to see, starting the game, or who's going to be available. Now, we know Thomas Partey is back from injury. He did play 20 odd minutes in the second half. Kieran Tierney, we obviously know, played a full 90 minutes, scored that equalising goal to get Arsenal going. You've got Smith Rowe, you've got Odegaard, you've got Granit Xhaka, you've got Saka as well. So I think I said Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Leno. In terms of the back four, and defenders wise, Pablo Mari, it would be good if he could come back in. He will kind of bring a bit of security to that back, a bit of calmness to that back, and maybe for him to partner with Holding in that game. I think Gabriel and David Luiz, just for me, are just a little bit too erratic. And when you're up against the likes of Jamie Vardy, and when these two like to push up, on those midfielders, trying to, cut out, the ball, try to win the ball early. If they make a mistake, you've got Jamie Vardy sort of ready to just pounce. I would probably like to see, I don't know, Arteta's been changing that pairing. It's either Holding and Pablo Mari, or it's going to be David Luiz and Gabriel. Do you know what I mean? He's swapping it a lot, but I'd like to see Pablo Mari and Holding, or maybe Pablo Mari and Gabriel. Just for Pablo Mari to bring a calming influence to Gabriel. In terms of the right back, I want Cedric Suarez starting at the right back. Got to start at the right back. Obviously, Kieran Tierney he's gonna hold that left sided. Then in the middle of the park, sorry Dani Ceballos, mate, for what you done there. Listen, you played okay in that game up until you made the foul and that massive mistake. Listen, for your confidence sake, it's probably time you just take a back seat. Thomas Partey now, I think, should start this game, obviously alongside Granit Xhaka, where you got a really solid midfield there, and hopefully, Thomas can really control that midfield, getting those balls forward through the lines as quick as possible. And in terms of the four up front, it's difficult to drop Saka. He's our go-to player, and I'll start Saka on the right. I know a lot of people are saying that maybe he should get a rest, and this game doesn't mean anything. But listen, we have to try and win our remaining games. It's going to be difficult. As I say, Leicester's going to be difficult. But listen, we've got to try and win our remaining games. So I would, go with Saka on the right. And it seems as if Arteta's probably going to go with Odegaard in that hole. He may rest Smith Rowe, but then he's probably going to start Aubameyang up front, and he'll probably be a choice between you've got Pepe, Martinelli. I just think that he will probably go. I hope he doesn't go with the same full 11, because it means that if he does, they're going to be tired. Albeit that Leicester did play as well that week, but I don't know. But listen, let me stop thinking about what Arteta's going to do. If it was me, I would go with Saka. I would go with Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe does look tired, so no, I think I'd have to go with Odegaard again, back in that number 10 role, and go with Pepe. Why not try Pepe out on the left, and obviously Aubameyang up front, and have Smith Rowe on the bench. I think that's what I'm doing, obviously, Aubameyang up front. So my predicted 11 would be the back four: Cedric Suarez at right back. The two central defenders, we're going to go with Holding and Pablo Mari. Kieran Tierney at left back in the centre. In front of them, we're going Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Up front on the right midfield side, Saka. And in that hole, we're going to go with Odegaard. The left side, I'll go with Pepe, Aubameyang up front. Then obviously the people on the bench, you've got Lacazette, you've got Martinelli, you've got Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, Willian. We have a strong bench. David Luiz, will be on the bench. So we Gabriel will be on the bench, Matt Ryan. So it's going to be a very strong bench. So that's what I would go with. I mean, in terms of my predicted score, I'm going to go 2-1 to the Arsenal. We will concede. Obviously when we played them at the Emirates, we lost 1-0. We don't want him doing the double over us. Jamie Vardy coming off the bench, and I knew it as soon as he came off the bench, he ends up scoring mistake between Mustafi, and I think it was Mustafi and I can't remember if it was Holding. I can't remember the two people that didn't pick him up. We got to watch Vardy. We've got to be able to control that midfield. Leicester are counter-attacking team. They're going to let you have the ball, but they're going to probably set traps for you. So we have to be very wary of that. But we got to make sure we control the game, play at a pace. Don't play slow. Do you know what I mean? They may well sit off us. I don't know. I really don't know what will happen. But we have to make sure we come at them. Hopefully we won't tire. You know, the guys have played a lot of games and in close proximity of each other. So at some point fatigue will kick in. But yeah, I'm going with a 2-1 win to the Arsenal. Hopefully, come the player ratings and review, I'll have a massive smile on my face and we'll see where we go from there. Please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.